on 1620 The Zone, the 1620 The Zone app, and 1620thezone.com. With 6A to 6P isn't enough, the boys have you covered. Here's Jimmy Allen and Rob Love.
It's 6 o'clock on a Wednesday night here on 1620 The Zone. We're live from Bellevue University tonight. Top 25 volleyball matchup in NAIA action down here on campus at Bellevue University. Rob Love and I will be here for the remainder of the show, interrupting the national anthem and doing a whole lot more tonight.
Respectfully.
Yeah. Ed Lee Hoddick, the Bellevue athletic director, is going to join us at 6:15. Dave Denley, the Bellevue women's basketball coach and assistant AD, is going to join us at 6:30 to tell us about their program. Rob Brown, Bellevue's men's golf coach, coming off a top 10 performance, joins us at 6:45. James Smith, dean of students at Bellevue University, is in at 7. Alina Smith is back on the show. She's the senior director of residential student initiatives. And at 7:30, Dr. DeSante Pineda will join us to talk about the College of Business at Bellevue University. At 7:45, we're going to wrap up the show. I don't know what I expected from this event tonight. There aren't a whole lot of seats available in the gym for this NAIA volleyball matchup tonight. So Coach Seidlich and her program on a little bit of a slide right now. They're looking to get right against the top 10 team in the country tonight. So if you're looking – this is a volleyball state. Nebraska's #volleyball state. You're looking to get some good high-level volleyball tonight action, stop down at Bellevue University and catch the game tonight.
Great parking.
What, 20 feet to get in here? It was fantastic. It is – filling up a little bit, though, so stop down and
good concessions. Popcorn smells great.
Yeah, it smells amazing in here. I want to get your thoughts on this, Dan, if you want to jump in on this. Dan Camden's producing this joint tonight. Peter Krenzel back in studio with us. Peter, we want your thoughts, too. We'll talk about Urban Meyer for a second.
Everyone's favorite former Ohio State coach.
So he had a few things to say about that team up in Ann Arbor and Georgia and their schedule this year. Let me run down Georgia and Michigan's non-conference schedule for you.
All right.
East Carolina, Bowling Green, UNLV, UT Martin, Ball State, and UAB, respectively.
Juggernauts.
Urban Meyer said that those teams should be penalized for having those soft of schedules.
I agree.
I do, too. And he waited until week 4 to say this because Ohio State's going to Notre Dame this Saturday.
Yeah.
But
big time.
Is it really Michigan and Georgia's fault that they're not being – I mean – there's no reason not to schedule cupcakes. And if you can Michael Jackson moonwalk right into the college football playoff, isn't it smart on their part not to play the Notre Dames of the world?
It seems fair enough, to be honest. My biggest thing with this is that this comes just days after Joel Klatt's comments as well.
Yeah.
About how
this is very much a coattail, right? I agree.
Yeah. How Ohio State, if they're not beating someone by 68 points, then it's not worth it for them, which let's – call a horse. That's baloney.
It's a horse.
If they are lucky enough to get the opportunity to be judged before the playoff committee, do you think that will be held against them?
Who's they?
The playoff or Ohio State and Michigan with those.
Well, that's Michigan and Georgia.
Or Georgia. I'm sorry.
I think Georgia has the clout, right? Because they're obviously coming off back-to-back national championships. I think that's why this gets looked at so negatively because they are the defending two-time champions, right. And your toughest non-conference opponent is UAB. I have a problem there. Now, the caveat to that is they've got to run the gamut of the SEC. The SEC is trash this year. I think Georgia ends up losing two games by the end of the season, even with this schedule. Michigan, on the other hand, I think even despite beating Ohio State in back-to-back seasons and making the college football playoff last year, I don't think they get the benefit of the doubt. I think they have to run the table to even make the college football playoff this year. If Georgia has one loss, I think they get in.
I think we're seeing that this may be an anomaly year for the SEC. A little down this year.
I agree.
So it wouldn't surprise me if maybe only one team from the SEC in the playoff this year? Maybe none.
What happens?
Yeah, right. None.
What happens? But that's an interesting thought because I think there's a lot of people out there that are of the belief that no conference is going to get two teams in this year.
Right.
I'm not one of those people. I think there's a legit chance the Pac-12 gets two schools in the college football playoff.
Big comeback, huh?
So before what does that mean though? That conference doesn't exist in about 8 minutes.
Right. That's a good point.
And you have and if that happens, that means you either have a Big Ten and an SEC school, or what if the Big 12 school, if Texas runs the gamut and goes undefeated, or bring out a seal for you. If you get Kansas State, Chris Kleiman to run the table this year in the Big 12, and you have two either undefeated or one, obviously you'll have to have one loss Pac-12 school, and you have a 2-loss Georgia, and they're the cream of the crop in the SEC, there's no way they're getting in over a 1-loss champion, right? Like if Ohio State were to lose to Michigan but win the Big Ten title game, or vice versa, and you have an undefeated Big 12 champion, and you have two 1-loss Pac-12 schools, you can't you can't put a 2-loss SEC champion in this tournament. You can't do it.
No.
You would finally have an uproar from every single college football fan in America, except for those named Paul Feinbaum.
Well, yeah,
with your funny glasses and your bald head.
But I think it's incredible the timing of this, though, right? The Pac-12 is playing the best football it's ever played in its final season.
I was going to say the Pac is back, and then after in a month and a half, they're going to be out the door again,
and then it's gone. And in a year where you should be pounding your chest and proud to play Pac-12 after dark, we just saw that barn burner of a game between Colorado State, and the Deion effect has a lot to do with it. Draw that big number. That game went to 1:30 Eastern time, and they still did. Was it 4.8, 4.2?
They did 4.2 consistently all the way through,
which is incredible. And the Deion Sanders effect goes into that. But I think it helps that the game was really good. Oregon State's a really good football team. Cam Rising might be back for Utah this week. We're still waiting. That announcement is supposed to come tomorrow. You've still got Caleb Williams at USC, and that Alex Grinch defense is Swiss cheese, but we won't talk about that.
And don't forget about Bo Nix at Oregon.
And you've got, and I was about to say, and you have arguably the Heisman Trophy frontrunner Michael Penix at Washington.
Yep.
And Caleb DeBoer and what that offense has been able to do. You can make the argument not only is the best football being played in the Pac-12, the best storylines might be in the Pac-12 as well.
Yeah.
Football consistently boring, right?
but think, I mean, like,
do we attribute this to the transfer portal? Pac-12 just overnight, forming this. I mean, this wasn't by design. Really.
So if we're gonna talk about the Deion effect with Colorado, right, we got to talk about the Lincoln Riley effect with USC too, right? Because I mean, he packed up everybody that had a resident in Norman, Oklahoma, and moved them to the left coast. Yeah. So yeah, that's got a lot to do with it. But hey, listen, Chip Kelly's at UCLA. Yeah, Kalen DeBoer took that job at Washington.
Yeah,
I mean, you've got a guy in Dan Lanning who went back to his alma mater and took what Mario Cristobal already had and built it up at Oregon. And oh, by the way, to your point, the transfer portal, Bo Nix is there now. So I mean, yeah, I do, but I think
his third school, Nix.
Yes,
yeah,
but I think you have to. I think you have to take into account that there's been all this talk about it. Nobody pays attention to the Pac-12, and nobody's staying up till midnight to watch football games. Well, then why are all these kids transferring? Why has there been this gold rush to the west coast of the United States?
Well, weather.
Palo Alto's pretty nice this time of year.
It's opportunity as well. I mean,
I think it's more that.
Yeah, I mean, you had a lot of teams that were in heavy need of skill position.
You have a possibility this year that the 3 Heisman finalists may all come from Pac-12 schools.
Yeah.
And
I guess go out on top.
Do you care though?
And all of those records are going to transfer over to whatever
whoever
conference it's going to be under their name.
If Caleb Williams wins the second Heisman, it will be Big Ten quarterback Caleb Williams wins the Heisman Trophy. But it's just incredible to me that I don't know who would back to the Georgia-Michigan scheduling thing. That in today's world, where it is as easy as it's ever been to schedule a big boy opponent in your non-con, that these two blue blood programs who in back-to-back seasons have made the college football playoff haven't even entertained the fact of scheduling somebody of the highest level. And now you can make the argument that they have the 2 toughest conference schedules,
Yeah.
having to play through what it seems like the SEC East might be better this year than the SEC West to some degree. But,
Yeah.
and then you also have Michigan running the game in the Big Ten East, having to play Ohio State, who we're going to see what they are. But also you got Penn State, who might end up winning that division this year too.
It's going to be a tight race. I think there's going to be a surprise or two. I'm never sold on Penn State, but they do have a good quarterback right now. Always have a solid. Yeah. Well, for the simple reason that he has no choice. But I don't know. It's not in Ann Arbor this year. They were in Ann Arbor last year.
Correct.
Am I correct? Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. I think they surprised him in the horseshoe this year.
That was our opening segment. We got to get to Ed Lee Haddock, the athletic director down here at Bellevue University. Find out what's new at Bellevue, what's coming to the sports programs at the Bruins program. And you can find out all that next when we come back here on 1620 The Zone. If you missed the opening segment tonight, check it out at soundcloud.com/afterhour1620. It is a Wing Wednesday, brought to you by Caddyshack Bar and Grill. You want free beer and wings? We can help you out with that. Head over to our Twitter page at afterhour1620. Retweet the GIF of our wings tonight. We're going to get you entered to drawing to win a $25 gift card to one of Caddyshack's two great locations, 117th in Blondo or 181st in Harrison. They have $1.50 domestic draws all night, as well as $6 pitchers. Caddyshack Bar and Grill is the official watering hole of After Hours on 1620 The Zone. We'll be right back with the head Bruin himself, Ed Lee Haddock, here on 1620 The Zone.
Hey everybody, Rob Love here for our friends at the Strike Zone Omaha. Because cooler temperatures are here doesn't mean you have to get off the diamond. Get into the Strike Zone for fall mini camps. You can get in and work with Joe and crew on hitting, catching, pitching, and defensive skills for as low as $30 per session. That's right, $30 per session. It's the Strike Zone. Train here, compete anywhere.
Your Omaha area forecast from Canoyer Garden Center and KETV Newswatch 7 on 1620 The Zone.
Partly cloudy and pleasant this evening with a temperature in the lower 80s. Partly cloudy tonight, a slight chance of a shower. Low temperature dipping back to near 60, and then pleasant again on Thursday. Slight chance of a shower in the morning. Partly cloudy and a high near 80. I'm Chief Meteorologist Bill Ranby from KETV Newswatch 7.
Were you affected by the hailstorms last year? Let the #1 roofer in Omaha come take care of your roof, your windows, your gutters, or your siding. They do it all at Pyramid Roofing. Let their local technicians come and put your mind at ease about that big fall or winter project. Call 402-502-9300 or check out pyramidroof.com to book a free estimate.
PyramidRoof.com never.
Hey, everybody, it's Jimmy Allen here for Pepper Jack's Grill. It's late night. If you need a snack, something to hold you over for the evening, nothing's going to go down better than a rice bowl. I stop by and get mine with double meat. Throw some steak and some shrimp in there. You're not going to be able to beat it. I throw grilled onions, mushrooms, green peppers on top of it. Spicy ranch at Pepper Jack's is so good it should be illegal to sell. Stop by one of their 10 great locations in the Omaha area and grab dinner tonight.
Were you affected by the hailstorms last year? Let the #1 roofer in Omaha come take care of your roof, your windows, your gutters, or your siding. They do it all at Pyramid Roofing. Let their local technicians come and put your mind at ease about that big fall or winter project. Call 402-502-9300 or check out pyramidroof.com to book a free estimate.
PyramidRoof.com never settle for less.
Fall is almost here, and that means only one thing. Football. Chesterman Coca-Cola and Hy-Vee are stocking up your tailgate this fall. 24 packs of Coke are just $10.99. Coke 10 packs of mini cans only $5.49. And Core Powers are 2 for $5. Hy-Vee and Coke, making your tailgate the premier cookout spot this fall.
If you want a college where you can stand out and fit in, talk to the team at Bellevue University. You'll find a welcoming and diverse community, dozens of career-ready academic programs, and all the support you need to succeed. Plus, help to make sure the path to your degree is affordable. Our beautiful modern campus located just south of Omaha gives you the advantage of being independent and close to home. Find out more at bellevue.edu and schedule a campus tour soon.
Hoop It Up is back at Going Vertical. Kevin Garnett's Big Ticket Sports and Going Vertical Omaha are bringing the biggest 3-on-3 basketball competition in the world back to Omaha. The tournament is September 22nd and 23rd at Going Vertical Basketball Academy, just off I-80 on Sapp Brothers Drive. Youth, adult, and pro divisions are available. Sign up at hoopitup.com today.
Jerry Ryan Clothing and Sportswear is the premier suit buying experience in the Metro. Stop by the store at 78th and Dodge for all your wedding and business attire needs. We've been making sure Omaha is looking sharp for the past 50 years, and we can do it for you. From Mizzen and Maine to Johnny O, if you're trying to look your best, Jerry Ryan has you covered. Jerry Ryan Clothing and Sportswear, 7824 West Dodge Road in Omaha.
At Jerry Ryan's, we bring out the best in you.
It's fall, and that means cooler temperatures. Even if you just have a back porch, why not turn it into something finer? Let Forsman's Finest turn your dull backyard into the finest hangout spot. Just imagine Halloween parties, football Saturdays, birthday parties. Whatever event you're going to be hosting, have it be the finest event of the year. Head over to forsmansfinest.com today to get your backyard ready. Forsman's Finest Decks, building Omaha's finest hangout spots.
Baseball season is never over at the Strike Zone. Strike Zone Omaha's Ballistics Hitting Boot Camp has worked for Division I college athletes and even big leaguers. Their formula for overload versus unload training has worked for players of all levels, and it can work for the player in your life to make them more explosive at the plate. Help them find the power they never knew they had. Get 30 sessions from November through February for less than $15 a session, and you could be swinging for the fences. Sign up at StrikeZoneOmaha.com.
Take your business to the next level. Reach more customers and expand your online presence. Pixel Fire Marketing is here to help. Pixel Fire Marketing creates high-quality professional websites tailored to your business. Their experts are with you every step of the way to make sure your website is visually appealing, user-friendly, and optimized for search engines. They also offer web design, development, hosting, and maintenance. Get started on your website. Visit pixelfiremarketing.com. That's pixelfiremarketing.com now to learn more.
If you love whiskey or want to learn more, then get to Omaha Whiskey Fest Saturday, October 7th from 2 to 5 at the Hilton downtown Omaha. Sample from more than 400 whiskeys. It's the largest whiskey event in the region. Get tickets at omahawhiskeyfest.com.
You are listening to After Hours with Jimmy Allen on 1620 The Zone.
6:19 on a Wing Wednesday edition of the After Hours Lounge. We're brought to you by Bellevue University. Head over to bellevue.edu, register for classes, become a Bruin tonight. You get to see this guy every day of the week if you become a Bruin. It's Ed Lihotic, the athletic director here at Bellevue University. Ed, thank you for having us out tonight. A jam-packed crowd down here for a top 25 volleyball matchup in NAIA. Were you expecting this big of an audience tonight?
Yeah, we are. We draw pretty good crowds. In particular for school, we're opposing is close. We really pack it up, like at Dakota State. It's easy to get there. Victorva's a little farther away, so probably not quite as many. But yeah, it's a good crowd tonight.
Fantastic,
and the students love it.
Coach Seidlich was very happy with you just see her face light up. She's very proud of this program and everything that they're building down here. When you have the number 12 volleyball team in the country, your men's golf team finishes in the top 10 in the Northwest Iowa National Invitation. The women finish in the top 8. BU just had 2 athletes listed as runner of the week by the NSAA with Madison Nelson and Richard Marcox taking those 2 honors. Why are things clicking on all cylinders at Bellevue right now?
A lot of it deals with scheduling. The coaches make their own schedules, but we want to schedule tough early to get ready because everything for us is postseason. So by scheduling tough early, it gets them ready. And as the seasons go on, they start to click more and more and more, and they're finally falling into their rhythm.
Don't tell
which is
Michigan
what
and
we
Georgia
want.
football about that. They don't tend to do that. So.
No, they don't.
Right now, Bellevue's men's soccer has a home game Friday night against College of Science and Arts of Oklahoma out of Papillion Landing. Why should people come out to a game at the Landing and watch Bellevue soccer this year?
Well, the men started out a little rough this year, but they're finally starting to put it together. They have a lot of new faces. It kind of what happened last year. They start out a little rough. They get to the conference tournament. They sweep it. They get to the opening round. They lose it on I hate to put it that way, but better lucky than good shot.
Yeah.
They played really well, and now they're finally starting to click again. So you want to see some good college soccer, come out and watch the boys this Friday. And Arts and Science is a good team, so it should be a really good match across the board.
Early in the athletic season, obviously on the field, things are clicking. In the box office, things showing out as well.
You see the tickets tonight.
Yeah.
We're pleased. We are pleased.
Is there a bonus
We're
for
not
the
gonna get
athletic
the-
director this year?
Oh, heck no. I wish. We're no Creighton. We're no Nebraska.
Right,
We're no UNO. But for the level we are, we draw pretty good crowds. We have a very firm fan base that comes to almost all of our games. So we're really pleased with what's happening. We got baseball, softball, doing some scrimmages this weekend. And a lot of people show up for that. It's fall ball.
Yeah, absolutely. Ran into Coach Monlux the other day when I was down here doing the line test.
Okay, yeah.
He made sure that I knew I was like, I'm very aware who you are. You're probably the most recognizable man on this campus. I'd love to talk to you. We saw the BU Bruin out here, the mascot. If you guys are short-staffed, have you ever spent a night in the suit at all?
No.
Okay.
I'm willing to do just about anything, but that's not one of them.
That's where the line's drawn.
Yes, it is.
Ed Lee Hoddick, the athletic director here at Bellevue University, is joining us on After Hours. It's great when all things are even keel and going well, but you have some changes coming at the universities too. What are some things coming down the pipe as far as development?
We finally got started a new athletic facility up on top of the hill. It's going to be about 80,000 square feet. You got a competition gym, a practice gym. The competition gym can be switched so you actually have two more practice types gyms. All of our offices will be up there. A 6,500 square foot training room, 65 or 8,000 square foot weight room, 6 lockers. We're really excited. It's long overdue.
You're obviously very involved in that, but who are some of the other people that help make that happen?
Well, of course, Dr. Mary Hawkins, our president, is huge into it. Mr. Russ Lane, the VP that the athletic department reports to, has been huge in it. Mr. Scott Altick is the, the project manager for the university. He's our head of maintenance and security. He's a good man. So our architects have been Stan Howe and Associates, done most of the drawing. And we also worked with HDR for some of it also. So everybody's been involved, and Hawkins Construction is doing the actual construction.
Oh, very cool.
And we're very pleased with that. And they're really coming along. It's amazing how much progress they've made since they've started.
How has the community taken the expansion?
As far as we can tell, very excited.
Yeah.
They're really looking forward to it. Bellevue University is probably the largest employer in the city.
Oh,
of Bellevue.
yeah.
And, it's going to be a showcase for the city. It's right on top of the hill. You're not going to miss it.
Right.
And so I think the city's very excited. We're very excited. It'll be about a 2-year project.
Okay. We're going to talk to Coach Denley here in a minute. How have preparations for winter sports gone at this point? Is it still too early in the fall sports that you guys haven't really rolled that calendar over yet?
Basketball just started this week. By rule, they couldn't do anything earlier. The men, they've got some size this year. They got some length. They got some pretty good shooters. Now, you never know until the games actually start.
Right.
They look pretty good. I'd say the women's basketball, from what I've talked to Coach Denley about, they're going to be very, very competitive. Look for good things out of them. Got a good group of girls. They really do.
That's up for debate, but
And, she can't be listening to this. So we're very excited. I think we're going to have a really, really good year. And it's, it sounds a terrible way to put it. It may sound a little arrogant, but, coaches are told, I never want them to win. I expect them to win. And they work hard at it. The kids work hard at it, so we're looking for a big year.
The winter sports have some big shoes to fill because the fall sports are killing it right now.
Are there any events coming up that any juniors or seniors, high school juniors or seniors coming up should know about if they want to come out, kind of get a taste for the athletic venues and events? Is there any dates or events coming up that the young ones should know about?
Probably are. Elena Smith is on your schedule.
Okay.
She would be the one to ask about that because she takes care of that type of thing.
All right.
The coaches do individual recruiting, so we constantly have recruits on campus.
Right.
So as far as we're always having activities.
Right.
For high school kids and grade school kids. So Elena would be a better one to ask that.
And she'll be joining us at 7:15 if you're listening for that segment as well. For you, is there an event in winter sports that you mentioned to us off air that you try to make it to every home game that you can? Obviously, missing out on prime rib tonight. We're sorry for that. But is there an event in winter sports that you circle on your calendar that's kind of a favorite spot in your heart?
Postseason. That's what I look forward to the most. And this year, the higher seeds could be hosting all the postseason basketball games.
Yeah.
And then there's certain rivalry games you're always looking forward to. You know, Dakota State's always won.
Who do you hate the most?
Ooh. Now, I can't be saying that on
That's
the air.
no, well, that's fine. There's only 8,000 people listening.
Well, you know, some of them might know who I'm talking about.
I got you. Okay.
Careful with that one.
Is there anything that you guys obviously have a very awesome fan base. If there's somebody that's looking to attend a Bellevue University event, is there anything coming up in the next couple of weeks people should know about?
God. Friday, we have a volleyball game at 2 o'clock, and then men's soccer, of course, at 3:30 out of Preparing Landing. Then there's some road trips. You can go to BUBruins.com to get our full schedules. Is what I would recommend. I've got so many things going on sometimes.
You do. Yes.
Head over to BUBruins.com tonight and check out all the events going on at Bellevue University. That was the athletic director, Ed Lehotic. Thank you again for making all this happen and being here tonight. If you missed his segment, head over to SoundCloud.com/AfterHours1620. It was brought to you by 402 Barbecue. You can stop by 3027 South 84th Street Monday through Saturday from 11 to 6. Try mine and Rob's personal favorite. It's the Cadillac Sandwich. It's brisket, it's pork, it's topped off with their world-famous smoked mac and cheese. Make sure you mention the Kelly and team. You heard about them on After Hours. They're going to throw in a free soda with a purchase in the mention of our show. It's 402 Barbecue, 3027 South 84th Street. Stop by tomorrow and grab lunch. As promised, Dave Denley, the head women's basketball coach at Bellevue University and the assistant athletic director, joins us next here on 1620 The Zone.
Yeah, Weezy Wee. Step up to the mic, dude. Do what you do. Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, everybody, it's Jimmy out here for Jerry Ryan Clothing and Sportswear. We all know somebody that's dumb enough to get married on a game day. If you have a wedding coming up in the next couple days and you have to get a suit as fast as you can, there's no better location than Jerry Ryan Clothing and Sportswear, centrally located on 78th and Dodge. I got fitted for a suit. I was out in 12 minutes. 3 days later, my suit was tailored and ready for me to pick up. Stop by Jerry Ryan Clothing and Sportswear, centrally located on 78th and Dodge. Get your suit game right. Make sure your closet looks good for game day this fall as well. Jerry Ryan Clothing and Sportswear, dressing Omaha for over 50 years.
Did you know that Bellevue University is investing nearly $32 million into its campus facilities in the next few years? Construction is underway on the brand new athletics field house, and there's already a multi-million-dollar science lab and sustainability greenhouse, a state-of-the-art cybersecurity lab, modern apartment-style student housing, and a contemporary math lab. Schedule a campus tour soon and see the Bellevue campus for yourself.
What's better than smoked meats? Smoked meats and sweet treats. Get the 402 barbecue truck to come to your event or stop by 402 Barbecue's drive-thru at 84th and Spring today. Try Rob and Jimmy's favorite. It's the Cadillac. It's brisket and pork topped off with their world-famous smoked mac and cheese. Choose between one of their 6 handmade sauces to pair up with your favorite sandwich. Mention After Hours and the 402 Barbecue team will throw in a free soda with purchase.
Hoop It Up is back at Going Vertical. Kevin Garnett's Big Ticket Sports and Going Vertical Omaha are bringing the biggest 3-on-3 basketball competition in the world back to Omaha. The tournament is September 22nd and 23rd at Going Vertical Basketball Academy, just off I-80 on Sapp Brothers Drive. Youth, adult, and pro divisions are available. Sign up at hoopitup.com today.
If you're a home or business owner and need affordable and reliable electrical work done, look no further than Alpha Electrical Contractors. There's no job too big or too small for them. They can update your electrical system and enhance your current lighting situation. Brighten your living room or office space today. Call Alpha Electrical Contractors at 402-253-4789. That's 402-253-4789. Alpha Electrical Contractors, family owned and taking care of Nebraska.
It's fall, and that means cooler temperatures. Even if you just have a back porch, why not turn it into something finer? Let Forsman's Finest turn your dull backyard into the finest hangout spot. Just imagine Halloween parties, football Saturdays, birthday parties. Whatever event you're going to be hosting, have it be the finest event of the year. Head over to forsmansfinest.com today to get your backyard ready. Forsman's Finest Decks, building Omaha's finest hangout spots.
At Pepper Jack's Grill, we craft good food for hardworking people. We're talking high quality, one-of-a-kind grilled-to-order meals. Pepper Jack's Grill is a local Omaha brand that's been serving up Phillies, rice bowls, burritos, loaded fries, and nachos for over 20 years. With 12 metro area locations, there's one not far from you right now. Stop by any area Pepper Jack's Grill and treat yourself with a grilled-to-order meal. The grill is ready. Are you?
Evaluate, train, and reevaluate. It's a plan the Strike Zone has put in place for over 25 years. All you need to become a great pitcher is the right information, the right training, and the right work ethic. The pitcher in your life will get 22 sessions from December through February working with Strike Zone Omaha's Total Pitching Boot Camp. For less than $25 per session, the player in your life will get the attention on the mound they deserve. Sign up for Strike Zone's Total Pitching Boot Camp at StrikeZoneOmaha.com.
Take your business to the next level. Reach more customers and expand your online presence. Pixel Fire Marketing is here to help. Pixel Fire Marketing creates high-quality professional websites tailored to your business. Their experts are with you every step of the way to make sure your website is visually appealing, user-friendly, and optimized for search engines. They also offer web design, development, hosting, and maintenance. Get started on your website. Visit pixelfiremarketing.com. That's pixelfiremarketing.com now to learn more.
You're listening to After Hours with Jimmy Allen on 1620 The Zone.
.633 on a Wednesday night here on 1620 The Zone. We're brought to you by Bellevue University. Head over to bellevue.edu, register for classes, become a Bruin tonight. You can sign up to play basketball here on the ladies' side of things and play for this man, Dave Denley, the head basketball coach at Bellevue University for the women's side, joins us now. Coach, thank you for being here tonight. How often do you come to you're obviously the assistant athletic director as well. How often are you involved in on-campus events that are not your program?
Yeah, we as a staff, though, we try and attend as many as we possibly can just to support the other.
You and half of Bellevue, apparently.
Yeah, I know. It's great in there right now. But, yeah, we try and make sure we make as many games as we can. It's a little easier for me now that my kids are a little older. There when I first moved here, it was a little tougher because I have a son that was playing high school basketball and high school sports, and my daughter is involved with a lot of the arts and music stuff at Gretna. So it was a little more taxing at that time because you have to make sure you handle your family and then also handle this. But now it's a little easier.
Two parents, we understand.
Yeah, now it's a little easier. You can get to more events and do some things. And we all like to try and be there to support our teams. We try and make sure that we encourage them to show up, and they do a really good job of it. So
your team in particular, the cover photo of the women's basketball Twitter page is the players out at Farrell's gym doing some boxing and stuff. How much do you incorporate other sports and other skill sets, what you guys do on the hardwood?
We try to. I mean, that was a great experience for us when we went in there. We got to work with Steve, and we got to do a ton of stuff with them. And he walked us through a different thing. I mean, it's amazing when you look at like boxing and different things that you got to do. The footwork, the eye-hand coordination, the stamina is unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's different because it's short spurts. But it's so taxing.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of mental that goes into it too. So, we try and incorporate as much as we can. We take them bowling.
Sure.
Nice.
Who had the best right hand on the team?
That would have been our little point guard from last year, Taylor.
Okay.
She did a little bit of that, I think, growing up back in Tulsa. So she had some good moves and some good footwork with it, but she was able to get her whole body into it,
Fantastic.
as opposed to some of that other.
We'll make sure we bring a taller mic stand next time.
No, it's no problem. I'll make sure I bend down here. We're good.
Early in the season, obviously the ladies are trying to get their mid-season legs under them. What from a coaching standpoint, strategically, what's the goal? Is it kind of, for them to, you're trying to see what rotations work chemistry wise? Are you looking for individual development? What are you looking for from the sidelines?
Right now, we're trying to incorporate our system and what our philosophies are. We have 6 new players this year, so that's a challenge there. But also just, you want to see how they gel together. You want to see how they work together. As a coach, you don't want to be playing your best basketball November 15th.
Right.
You want to be playing your best basketball February 15th,
Right.
March 1st,
Yeah.
So you have to do a lot of things early on, but you have to – I always tell our players that, basketball is not a sprint, it's a marathon.
Right.
I mean, and so you gotta put some timetables in. You got to make sure that you keep them on pace and on schedule, and it's a process.
Right.
And so right now we're 3 days in practice. Today was our 3rd day, and the ladies are working extremely hard. We don't look all that great at times, but that's understandable. As long as they trust the process and they keep trying to learn and get a little better each day, it's going to make a huge difference.
17-12 a year ago. You obviously have mediocre players like Amina Hall coming back this year. Nobody could fault you for that. But what do you think this year's team has that last year's team maybe lacked in?
Well, I can tell you one thing we do have this year that we didn't have in the last few years is a little more size.
Okay.
So we were able to go recruit a couple kids that give us a little more length, a little more height. We're going to have to develop a little bit of our outside shooting, but we have kids that are capable of it. But, a couple of those kids are gone from last year that took that load on. But for the most part, the chemistry right now on our team is really good. And I'm excited about what we can accomplish. We're going to look a little different than we have in the past, but that's okay.
In what way? Just the size portion?
I think it's the size. We have to learn to incorporate that a little bit, and we have to learn to use that a little bit more than maybe we've had to. We had Alexis Martinez for 5 years, and she was a phenomenal player, but she was better if you just got her the ball and left her alone. This is going to be
Makes
more
coaching easy.
Yeah, it makes coaching easy. This is going to be a little more where it's more maybe scheme and getting kids in the right spots and getting everybody to understand how to get the ball where we need it. So that's exciting for me as a coach, and I think our players are ready for that.
What games or tournaments do you have earmarked, not so much from a competitive or a rivalry standpoint, but as we said earlier, that mid-season, we need to see if we are, XYZ here on this play, or is this rotation really going to be my rotation of death? You know what I mean? Do you have any games or points in the season where you kind of sit down with your coaching staff and say, okay, here's where we are?
Well, we play 28 regular season games.
Right.
Okay. So what I kind of do is we got a ball flying at us right now.
Live sports, folks.
What I kind of try and do is gauge it based off of 4 or 5 game rotations. And so, those first 4 or 5 games of the year, where are we at? And then what do we need to make sure we do? And then we get to game 10, and then we get to game 15, or it's breaks. You get the Christmas break.
Yep.
Where are you at? But in all honesty, it's really an evaluation every single week, And then once I've always been a coach that kind of settles in on, this is my starting 5, and this is, but in all honesty, with this team right now, I don't know. So I think we're going to have some different variations that we have to try out, and we have to see what that looks like. So we have some good non-conference games in the early that we test ourselves every year. And so we're gonna get tested early, and then we're going to see where we're at, and then we're going to have to, if that's going well, great. If it's not, then what do we got to do to make sure we up our game? And
Dave Denley, the head coach of the women's basketball program at Bellevue University, joins us here on After Hours. Probably impossible to do on September 20th, but if there's one thing that you, after 4 days of practice, what's the one thing that you would like to see this team improve on today by the time the season starts?
By the time the season starts,
yeah.
I would say right now our spacing offensively and our understanding of you don't always have to be the one cutting to the ball is something we got to work on.
Everybody likes to shoot it, huh?
Yeah, well, and it's just, the whole thing is if you get nervous, you think you got to move.
Yeah,
if you're not comfortable on what you're supposed to do, you think you got to move. And when they move towards the ball. They don't move away from it, And so you're limiting what that kid can do or what something else can do if you create less space.
Right.
So I think offensively, that's what we got to do. And then defensively, it just comes down to being able to guard the ball. And, sit down and learn how to guard. You got some new kids that are trying to figure out, how do I guard this and how do I guard? And we might do our philosophy might be a little different than some of these new kids have had.
Right.
We got some kids that are returning from last year that their role last year is going to be different than their role this year. And so they got to be able to step in there, take more responsibility on, take more of that leadership role in those things. And so those are areas I think we got to improve on right now. But I'd say, honestly, it's just really trying to figure out how to keep ourselves in good basketball position.
Plenty of new faces, as you said, on the team this year. Are you expecting a high volume of minutes out of your younger players?
We're gonna have to have some of our incoming players play significant roles.
Is that exciting as a coach?
It's very exciting. It really is.
Yeah.
It's I think if you would ask any of the returners, they're going to tell you we're going to need some of these newcomers to play significant roles. Right. I mean, it's just evident. It's clear.
Right.
They're very capable of it. That's the exciting part. You asked when you watch them, it's there.
Right. Yeah.
It's there.
Yeah.
It's just
clicking.
How do we bring it out? How do we incorporate it? How's their confidence get to the point where they feel like they can do it?
Right.
And then we go from there. So it's a lot of, maybe not the returners will say maybe I'm being a little softer on the new ones than the new returners, but it's also you got to make sure that they understand that this is what you want and you allow them, and then once they're comfortable in that, now you push them to get a little bit more.
You can't run them off day 3.
No, you don't want to do that, but.
No.
But it's just more about confidence, It's about making sure, and the biggest goal for us this year too is to maintain that positive attitude and keep each other in a positive mindset, and to try and work through that. At times you can get negative and you can get really tense,
right?
And so we got to make sure that we stay in that, and I have to be very good at that, because teams will a lot of times take on the character of what their coach and how their coach is reacting to something. So that's a big thing on my plate this year, is to make sure that I maintain that.
Speaking of being negative, why are the Cardinals already eliminated from the playoffs?
Man, it's sad.
I'm a Yankees fan, so I'm there with you.
You are there too. It is sad this year, but I am. I told you this before. We talked off air about it. I am a huge baseball fan.
Yeah,
and I am a huge Cardinals fan, and I guess 1 year out of every 35,
we'll take
them not making the playoffs. So we can take that,
It's more football in October.
But it is the one bright spot is I'm getting to see a lot of these young players play.
They're a lot of fun,
and they're really good.
My
And
in-laws
so
are
we'll go
Cardinals
from there.
fans, so I had to throw it in there. Hey, we talked to Coach Sedlick before the game, and we're about to talk to Coach Brown here in a minute. What's the relationship at Bellevue like between the coach? It's obviously probably a little different for you because you're rolling in the athletic department office. How often do you guys work and collaborate as coaches?
Almost daily.
Okay.
I mean, obviously everybody's got their own schedule, and everybody's got their teams that they got to worry about, and they're trying to make sure that their teams are set up to find success. But the one thing about Bellevue's athletic department is every team's pretty successful.
Yeah.
And not everybody does it the same way.
Right.
And so, I love to pick the brain. I mean, Coach Sedlick and I were having a conversation the other day about days off, about how do you manage loads? How do you manage the loads on the body?
Who was less strict between you and her?
It was honestly one of those things where I think she has a better grasp right now of her team and how she wants to handle that.
Sure.
I'm still trying to figure out this team.
She's also in season.
Yeah, she's in season. But you don't want to when I was younger, I was like, oh, they're young, they can handle everything. We go 5 days in a row. We go for 2.5, 3 hours, those types of things. Well,
now you're like, go home.
Yeah. And now that I'm here, I'm like, what's the most important thing? The most important thing is making sure that they are still fresh in February and March.
Yeah.
When you want them to have legs, when you want them to have their mental. So why you can't overload them early.
Right.
And it's like, I love talking to running coaches because it's such a mentality on how to train so you peak at the right time.
Yeah.
And when I was at Southwestern, we had a tremendous cross country and track program. So I spent a lot of time talking with them.
Mm-hmm.
Here, Craig Christians has been around this so many years, and he understands it.
I was expecting to talk to him tonight, not on the guest list.
And it's some of those things, how do you maintain that, and how do you get them peaking at the right time?
Right.
And so that's the biggest thing that I've been really, really looking at, just with our practice schedule and how we handle it.
Do you all have like a team therapist per se, mental coach?
No, we don't have one on staff.
Okay.
I know Coach Sidlick uses one that she brings in. She pays that person to come in and do some stuff.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We have not ventured down that avenue in the basketball world, but it's definitely something I've thought about, just the mental part of it, you know, and trying to – there's such a big awareness right now around that. So
Definitely,
it's trying to make sure that we do it. But we also try and make sure our kids get some time to themselves.
Right. Definitely.
You know, and
Unplug.
They need some of that, you know, and hopefully they're not spending it all on TikTok or social media.
That's Dave Denley. He's the head coach of the women's basketball program at Bellevue University. He's also the assistant athletic director here at Bellevue. If you missed this segment tonight, check it out at soundcloud.com/afterhours1620. It was brought to you by Going Vertical Omaha. It's not too late. Big Ticket Sports is bringing Hoop It Up back to Omaha, and you can sign up your 3-on-3 team this Saturday, the 22nd. The tournament runs into the 23rd as well. Head over to hoopitup.com tonight. Sign up your pro level, intermediate, or youth level teams. Tonight, 3-on-3 basketball is the fastest growing sport in the world. Get involved in the biggest tournament possible with Hoop It Up as Big Ticket Sports and Going Vertical Omaha bring it back to the city of Omaha. Hoopitup.com to register your team tonight. Rob Brown, found the right building tonight, so we're going to talk to him next here at 1620 The Zone.
Rest was a shame to be that big head and all. Ain't no change to me.
Hey, everybody, it's Jimmy Allen here for Alpha Electrical Contractors. Could your living room is a little extra lighting? Maybe you're like me and you hate having to reach for the outlet underneath your bed because your phone doesn't fit into it. Have Alpha Electrical Contractors come out and move the outlet for you at a drop. Maybe you need a light switch added into your bathroom. They can do that for you as well. Give Alpha Electrical Contractors a call tonight at 402-253-4789. Alpha Electrical Contractors, locally owned and lighting up Nebraska.
Were you affected by the hailstorms last year? Let the #1 roofer in Omaha come take care of your roof, your windows, your gutters, or your siding. They do it all at Pyramid Roofing. Let their local technicians come and put your mind at ease about that big fall or winter project. Call 402-502-9300 or check out pyramidroof.com to book a free estimate.
PyramidRoof.com, never settle for less.
If you're ready to pursue your next goal, talk to the team at Bellevue University. Since 1966, we've been making education accessible to students locally and nationally. We know we can help you too. You can choose from more than 80 career-focused degrees plus certificate programs that are flexible, affordable, and available both on campus and online on your schedule. Whatever path you choose, our team will be there to support you and help you achieve your goal. Find out more at bellevue.edu.
Fall is almost here, and that means only one thing. Football. Chesterman Coca-Cola and Hy-Vee are stocking up your tailgate this fall. 24 packs of Coke are just $10.99. Coke 10 packs of mini cans only $5.49. And Core Powers are 2 for $5. Hy-Vee and Coke, making your tailgate the premier cookout spot this fall.
If you're a home or business owner and need affordable and reliable electrical work done, look no further than Alpha Electrical Contractors. There's no job too big or too small for them. They can update your electrical system and enhance your current lighting situation. Brighten your living room or office space today. Call Alpha Electrical Contractors at 402-253-4789. That's 402-253-4789. Alpha Electrical Contractors, family owned and taking care of Nebraska.
It's wedding season, and if you need a suit for you, your groomsmen, maybe even your father-in-law, look no further than Jerry Ryan Clothing and Sportswear. Family owned and operated, Jerry Ryan Clothing and Sportswear has been making sure grooms all across the Midwest look great on the big day for the past 50 years. Suits, sports coats, jackets, you name it, they have it. Jerry Ryan Clothing and Sportswear, 7824 West Dodge Road in Omaha.
At Jerry Ryan's, we bring out the best in you.
It's fall, and that means cooler temperatures. Even if you just have a back porch, why not turn it into something finer? Let Forsman's Finest turn your dull backyard into the finest hangout spot. Just imagine Halloween parties, football Saturdays, birthday parties. Whatever event you're going to be hosting, have it be the finest events of the year. Head over to forsmansfinest.com today to get your backyard ready. Forsman's Finest Decks, building Omaha's finest hangout spots.
At Pepper Jack's Grill, we craft good food for hardworking people. We're talking high quality, one-of-a-kind grilled-to-order meals. Pepper Jack's Grill is a local Omaha brand that's been serving up Phillies, rice bowls, burritos, loaded fries, and nachos for over 20 years. With 12 metro area locations, there's one not far from you right now. Stop by any area Pepper Jack's Grill and treat yourself with a grilled-to-order meal. The grill is ready. Are you?
Baseball season is never over at the Strike Zone. Strike Zone Omaha's Ballistics Hitting Boot Camp has worked for Division I college athletes and even big leaguers. Their formula for overload versus unload training has worked for players of all levels, and it can work for the player in your life to make them more explosive at the plate. Help them find the power they never knew they had. Get 30 sessions from November through February for less than $15 a session, and you could be swinging for the fences. Sign up at StrikeZoneOmaha.com.
Attention sales professionals. NRG Media is looking for an accomplished business-to-business salesperson who wants to take their success and skills to a new level. Is this you? Our account executives work with local businesses to create marketing plans to help them get more customers. On air, digital, on-site, audio, video, it's all part of what you could sell. A sales career with NRG lets you make a real difference. Get more info and apply online at nrgmedia.com. NRG Media is an equal opportunity employer.
Now back to After Hours with Jimmy Allen on 1620 The Zone.
6:52 on a Wednesday night here on 1620 The Zone. We're brought to you by Bellevue University. Head over to bellevue.edu, register for classes, become a Bruin tonight. Come golf with the head coach of the men's golf team, Rob Brown, who joins us now.
Come on.
After Hours. Coach, thanks for being here tonight. We greatly appreciate it.
Happy to be.
Thanks, Coach.
A top four place finish in the Northwest Invitational just this weekend. Who was hitting the ball so well yesterday and over the weekend?
Well, we had two new kids. We played in 35-mile-an-hour winds, 36 holes the first day, and it was nice the second day. And one of our young guys shot even par for 54 holes. The second guy was one over 54 holes. The only teams that beat us were from Phoenix, Texas, and Palm Springs, California.
Darn warm weather people.
Right.
So we kind of hang on there.
You all don't play another match until October 2nd when you go to the Flyer Intercollegiate at the Cog Hill Golf and Country Club in Lamont, Illinois. Do you like having that much time off between matches?
Well, it gives us a little bit of chance to recharge, but the biggest thing is I've only got 7 players right now, so it gives us another chance to re-qualify for those guys that didn't make it.
Yeah.
They're still trying to prove themselves because we have a new team. Last year we were ranked second in the nation for a lot of the year, and this year it's kind of a whole new ball game.
Yeah.
So we're waiting for you to get eligible.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you brought it up a minute ago. You had a couple guys that were hitting it well. Is there anybody that struggled at the Northwestern Iowa Invitational that you expect to maybe have a better weekend when you guys get out to the
my number one and number 2 actually are from Sweden, and they did not play as good as they can, but they're good players, and they'll probably find a way of making the team.
Sure.
On the regroup. They're going to regroup. Everybody's going to regroup and try to get when you can only take 6 players and there's 7 of you total, everybody's fighting like crazy.
Weather is starting to change. Do you feel like your team gets better when it gets cooler and more moist outside, or does the change in temperature not bother them at all?
Absolutely not. It's when we played last year, we went to Whistling Straits, where the Ryder Cup was, and so on and so forth. It was a high. The second day, it was a high of 18.
Oh, man.
So they canceled the tournament
Not
after
exactly golf weather.
3 holes. They had to cancel the tournament. It was so brutal.
Wow.
We don't mind the cold weather, but they're just not that terribly used to it. But we don't have, all our guys have, we got 2 guys from Idaho, so that's not too bad. A couple guys from Nebraska, guy from the Quad Cities, and then the 2 Swedes. So they've seen cold weather.
Do you see a difference in a style of play that comes with, players from different regions of the United States or from the world for that matter?
It's mostly repetitions. And we can get as many repetitions most of the time as they do. It's our winters that you get so much time off and you have to hit balls indoors.
Right.
Indoors, you can't see ball flight. Ball flight is a big deal in golf.
Yeah.
You have to see exactly the flight of the thing. It helps me to teach, too.
Yeah.
You mind me bringing up what you just brought up off air? Is that okay?
Sure.
About the age difference. So you have a player that's going out for the team this year that is?
I have a guy that's going to be 49,
awesome.
And he's not eligible till spring. He did 1 semester at UNO 30 years ago or 28 years ago or something like that. but he's a very good player. He'll be right there at the top of my list.
What's the average age of the team? The team is 70
The
of now.
team right now, the average age is probably 19.
Okay.
And then he comes in at 49.
The elder
and I've had a
statesman
guy
of the
that
group?
was 63 before.
Wow.
And that was nationally acclaimed. It was the oldest player to ever play in the NCAA of any sport.
Wow. I was going to ask, how often is that something you see at other schools pretty often?
Very seldom.
Okay.
But you'll see it now and then, but it's very seldom. But
who do you believe is the most improved golfer of the 7 guys you have now from the start
well,
of the
the
season?
2 guys that finished 1-2, I didn't have great expectations at the beginning because they weren't very steady. And in 4 weeks, they've gone from I'm not sure to come on.
Right.
Very impressive.
Good.
Where do you think this team you have this season? What are your best expectations for them by the end of the season?
Yeah, if we're in the top 15, I'll be ecstatic. Now we were in the top 5 all year last year, but 3 of them graduated and 1 transferred to Arkansas State. So
we don't talk about him though.
Exactly, I don't like him anymore either. Okay, no, he's a great kid. Okay, but I think that's a great question because we're going to just fight like crazy, and everybody has the desire, and desire is one of the key instruments.
Well, can I kind of touch on the player you had transferred to Arkansas State? I mean, that's kind of that shows that you developed somebody, though, right? I mean, you don't want to see anybody leave your program, obviously. But
Here's what he said, because that's a great question.
Yeah,
he said, Coach, this is my 4th year. I want to say that I went to a D1 school 1 year.
Yeah.
And I couldn't fight it. He even lived at our home for a little bit. He's one of my favorite guys.
Is he from Arkansas?
No, he's from Sweden.
Oh,
wow.
And he would hit 3 balls into 3 hours of balls into a net. And that's how repetitive his swing got.
Yeah.
And he wasn't a great basketball player or an athlete in general, but he was a great golfer.
Yeah.
If somebody is considering picking up a club, why should they come play for you at Bellevue?
Once we get going, the key thing is that we play better courses than anybody but D1 schools. All the other NAIA schools don't play the same place. We're playing at Cog Hill, Whistling Straits.
Yeah.
We play at the Farm in Atlanta. We play in Mesa, Arizona. We play in Flint Hills down in Missouri. We just I'm so old I know everybody, so we finagle onto pretty great courses.
Rob Brown or Ed Lee Haddock? Who's the better golfer?
You guys are awesome to do this for us. I appreciate it.
Hey, who's the better golfer, you or Ed?
Yes.
Yes. All right. That's Rob Brown, the head
Thanks,
golf
Rob.
coach at Bellevue University. If you missed his segment, check it out at soundcloud.com/afterhours1620. It was brought to you by Pixel Fire Marketing. If your business needs help with social media marketing, website design, or online advertising, pixelfiremarketing.com is here to help. Their social media experts will ignite your social media presence, entice your ideal client, and engage your brand online. Check out pixelfiremarketing.com for more information tonight. We'll be right back with James Smith, the Dean of Students here at Bellevue, here on 1620 The Zone.
Yes, I see the things that they wishing on me.
Hey everybody, Rob Love here for Forsman's Finest Decks. Cooler temperatures are almost here. If your house suffers from naked house syndrome, dress it up. Let the finest deck builders in Omaha come build you a deck, put a cover on it, and add that little something that your house has been missing. Head over to forsmansfinest.com and book your dream deck to be built this summer. Forsman's Finest Decks, building the finest decks in Omaha.
Were you affected by the hailstorms last year? Let the #1 roofer in Omaha come take care of your roof, your windows, your gutters, or your siding. They do it all at Pyramid Roofing. Let their local technicians come and put your mind at ease about that big fall or winter project. Call 402-502-9300 or check out pyramidroof.com to book a free estimate.
PyramidRoof.com, never settle for less.
If you want all the advantages of a big college without any of the downside, talk to the team at Bellevue University. Everywhere you look, our students are thriving. They're winning sports championships, entering marketing competitions, and taking home awards, conducting science research, and getting published in academic journals, all while they're learning how to make a difference no matter what path they choose. Find out more about the Bruin Advantage at bellevue.edu.
What's better than smoked meats? Smoked meats and sweet treats. Get the 402 barbecue truck to come to your event or stop by 402 Barbecue's drive-thru at 84th and Spring today. Try Rob and Jimmy's favorite, it's the Cadillac. It's brisket and pork topped off with their world-famous smoked mac and cheese. Choose between one of their 6 handmade sauces to pair up with your favorite sandwich. Mention After Hours and the 402 Barbecue team will throw in a free soda with purchase.
Hoop It Up is back at Going Vertical. Kevin Garnett's Big Ticket Sports and Going Vertical Omaha are bringing the biggest 3-on-3 basketball competition in the world back to Omaha. The tournament is September 22nd and 23rd at Going Vertical Basketball Academy, just off I-80 on Sapp Brothers Drive. Youth, adult, and pro divisions are available. Sign up at hoopitup.com today.
If you're a home or business owner and need affordable and reliable electrical work done, look no further than Alpha Electrical Contractors. There's no job too big or too small for them. They can update your electrical system and enhance your current lighting situation. Brighten your living room or office space today. Call Alpha Electrical Contractors at 402-253-4789. That's 402-253-4789. Alpha Electrical Contractors, family owned and taking care of Nebraska.
Jerry Ryan Clothing and Sportswear is the premier suit buying experience in the Metro. Stop by the store at 78th and Dodge for all your wedding and business attire needs. We've been making sure Omaha is looking sharp for the past 50 years, and we can do it for you. From Mizzen and Maine to Johnny O, if you're trying to look your best, Jerry Ryan has you covered. Jerry Ryan Clothing and Sportswear, 7824 West Dodge Road in Omaha.
At Jerry Ryan's, we bring out the best in you.
At Pepper Jack's Grill, we craft good food for hardworking people. We're talking high quality, one-of-a-kind grilled-to-order meals. Pepper Jack's Grill is a local Omaha brand that's been serving up Phillies, rice bowls, burritos, loaded fries, and nachos for over 20 years. With 12 metro area locations, there's one not far from you right now. Stop by any area Pepper Jack's Grill and treat yourself with a grilled-to-order meal. The grill is ready. Are you?
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to hims.com/radio. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at up to 95% off. That's right. Get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but for 95% less. It's the same medication, still prescribed by a licensed medical provider, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit. HIMS.com/RADIO.
Let it fly. Your elevated sports bar experience. KOZN Bellevue, Omaha, Council Bluffs. This is 1620, The Zone.
Here we go. 7:04 on a Wednesday night here on 1620 The Zone. We're brought to you by Bellevue University. Head over to bellevue.edu. Register for classes. Sign up to be a Bruin tonight. We got James Smith, the Dean of Students from Bellevue University, with us. I have to issue an apology. I made a few people upset. The women's basketball team did not go work out at Farrell's Gym. We're a big proponent of B&B Boxing here on 1620 The Zone. They were with our guy, So Cold Steve Nelson, getting that workout in.
Shout out So Cold.
I misspoke. He's standing right there in the picture. I had 4 text messages, and then Coach Ice slid into our DMs to let me know we messed up too. So we'll make sure we get all of the rest of our information with the Dean of Students here at Bellevue University, James Smith, correct. Dean, thank you very much. Dean Smith, appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
As the Dean of Students, what's the most common question or quote-unquote job duty you have to fulfill that you run into on a day-to-day basis here at Bellevue?
Well, the great thing about my job is every day is completely different. So I don't know. When I come in, it might be might have an issue in the dorms, or we might have a professor having a question about a policy or something, or what they.
How difficult's the AD to work with?
Ed?
Yeah.
Ed's great to work with.
Okay.
Come on now.
He walked right behind you.
Did he?
Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is he gone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now be honest.
Horrible.
Yeah.
No. Ed's great. Ed is fantastic work with.
There's obviously, like, we just got done talking to Coach Denley and then Ed himself. Your guys' men's golf coach has a pretty big personality. Why is that something that is looked for when you guys are making decisions here at Bellevue? Is the personality of the person you're hiring?
You know, that's an interesting question because there are some big personalities, and I know I look for people that are pretty outgoing and big personalities to work in my office.
Sure.
So, I never thought about that till you mentioned that, but you're right. You are correct. There's quite a few.
I notice things in people.
So no, we have quite a few personalities here at the university, which makes it fun.
Sure.
I went to school here, and I still don't know. What is the logic behind the no classes on Friday?
Now, what's the logic behind that?
Well, I mean, it's as far as I know, they've been doing. You guys don't do classes on Friday.
We don't.
It's been why is that?
The dean wants a 3-day weekend.
That's beautiful.
Well, Ed's contract's only for 4 days a week. So if we need the athletic director, he's not here. No. You know what? That has been. I went to school here too. And it's always just been. We have some adult students. We have some stuff like that. It gives students a chance to recharge. Right. Also, some of them have jobs. So it's just always been that way. And that's a great question. Now I feel that you threw a side curve on me.
Does that become a selling point for some students?
It can be, but I think with the traditional students, not so much. But I think with the adult students and some of our online students, I think that is a big selling point.
Awesome.
You have a chance to Friday do some homework and stuff like that. And I know for the traditional students, they love it. Kind of day to recharge and everything.
Obviously, we're here at a volleyball game. We've talked to several coaches and members of the athletic department. How much is your office involved with the athletic department?
We work pretty closely because we work with a lot of the students, residential students.
Sure.
So we have a good relationship. I don't report to the athletic department. I don't report to academics. I'm kind of independent.
Right.
So, and the president likes it that way. Kind of keep me on the side.
Thanks, Dr. Hawkins.
Yeah. No, it actually works out well. So there's no conflict of interest. But work with them. Our coaches do a great job. Our kids are really, really good. And knock on wood, we don't have a lot of incidences that they have at bigger campuses.
Yeah.
So a lot of it's just working with the kids. If they have problems, if they have stuff like that, stuff will come up with classes or financial aid or other things just kind of come up. So we work with them. And then every once in a while, there are some misguided youth. And then we'll sit down and talk to them and help them get back on the straight and narrow. So
speaking of which, what kind of resources and assistance does the school offer for students who might be from outside of Nebraska to adjust to campus life as well as the community here at Bellevue?
Well, we try to, and that's more Elena Smith who's following me. And I have to do this as a service message. We're not related, and that's for her protection.
I was going to ask, actually.
Yeah, she is not. And so I always tell people that we are not related, and that's for her benefit. So she does a lot. We have like the first week when Bruin Week, and really kind of welcome all the students here.
Right.
So
Bruin Week?
Bruin Week, yeah. There's a lot of activities. So like casino night, there's bingo night, there's they have a street party out here where they dunk. I've been in the dunk tank before. I could not do it this year, but I've been in the dunk tank before. I like dealing on casino night. The students like me dealing on casino night.
Do you get tipped?
I do not get tipped. What I tell them, though, is I do the blackjack table. And I tell them, you want to bet real heavy here because I'm going to hit on 20s. So,
for your
that way they can win and get some prizes and stuff. So it's, all the students are different, but a lot of them, and the advantage we have is a lot of our students that are here are either in organizations or athletics. So they have teammates, too, that kind of help them get adjusted.
Right.
Well, I hope if this doesn't work out for you, you don't have a future at Warhorse Casino now.
No, exactly. No, I do not.
There's been a massive push from Bellevue in your office to focus on mental health. And you guys did a case study back in the day with Talk Campus on mental health. How much that case study has gone on and benefited Bellevue students? And from your office, and just on a standpoint of mental health, how much do you deal with that on a day-to-day basis?
Deal with a lot. Kids today, it's a lot tougher than when we were younger. Just social media and the pressure and filters, so everyone's perfect on social media. Every single Snapchat picture is perfect.
As everybody is on Facebook.
I know. Yeah, exactly. The happy married couple that never everything goes wrong. So it's a lot of pressure. Talk Campus was a company that came with us, and they're a great partner. And they offer an app-based system that students can just go out. It's peer support, and it's totally anonymous. We don't know what they're doing, so they sign up, and it's been a great resource for us because when you're younger, and you break up with your girlfriend or you have a bad score on a test, rather than going to our counseling center, they can go out, talk to other students. And what we found is it's really, it is. And it's in a way that they're used to with the texting. Now, I would not do that.
Yeah.
I'm way too old and too slow.
Do you think the anonymous portion of it's what helps?
It can be. Now some of them aren't anonymous, but I think it does. I think it does help with that. And I don't have access to it, so no one at the university has access to this. It's just a free.
That's awesome.
It's all over the country. They do it in like 40 languages. They're international. It's a great company. They're out of England. I'm going to sound like a promotion for them, but they are a wonderful
you're doing
company.
a commercial tonight, didn't you?
You're right. Yeah, exactly. Hopefully they'll lower my rate.
There you go.
Yearly rate on this. But they're wonderful to work with. They came in, they set up everything, and it's been very, very successful. We're at about 10% of our students use it, and that's really good. So we're over 1,000 students who are signed up for it, which is we were just hoping for about 400 or 500.
Wow!
And it's really been great. They're a great partner to work with, and the mental health with what students go through now today, and the country's so polarized.
Yeah,
you have social media, which is telling you how you should be and stuff like that. And bullying back in our day, like keyboard warriors. Back in our day, if you lift off that much, you got
had
punched.
to show and prove.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're still out there. Check our Twitter feed to find.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. So, but it's nonstop.
You spoke earlier that a lot of students who do come from abroad or out of state, they're usually in an organization or a sport that kind of keeps them in the fold, shows them the ropes. Can you speak on just how the community the student community here, how easy does that make your job on a day-to-day basis?
It's really great. We have great students. I talk to a lot of them. I know a lot of them. I know a lot of them afterwards, after they graduate and stuff like this. And we do. Our coaches do a great job. The character of our athletes and our students and that we bring in are just great. So they're wonderful to work with. I love going down to the cafeteria. I'll stop by tables and talk to everyone. The students are just great. So, and they're also, they got each other's backs and stuff. So when there's events, you see all the other sports teams are here for the volleyball team and stuff. So it's
the men's
really
basketball team was getting after it in there. From the stands.
So
James Smith, the dean of students at Bellevue University, is joining us here on After Hours. Almost 24 years of service here at Bellevue. What do you feel is your biggest accomplishment since you got on campus?
Really, I think the biggest thing is I have a great team, and the university has been great with resources. President Hawkins is wonderful to work with and for. So really, the thing that I get out of this, and I taught for the first 13 years, and then I was been the dean of students for the last 11, is really the relationships. I see students after they've graduated. I see their kids.
That's awesome.
After they graduate, and so sometimes you don't get the reward here, but the reward is when I'm out and somewhere out in West Omaha or something, or stop by somewhere, I see someone that was a student, and they're like, "Hey, Dean Smith," and then we sit and talk and catch up, and that's probably the best thing, and that's what the best thing about the job is.
How
just
often
the
do you get confused with the famous basketball coach?
Which
Dean Smith.
Never. I'm taller. And,
that's a good point.
I have facial hair, so I thought you were going to say the greats from like the past of Todd Eisner or someone that coached here. So actually I did a couple times.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. People would ask me, "How's the team gonna be?" I was like, "I'm not the coach." And yeah, you are. I said, "Okay, we're gonna be great."
Probably going undefeated. Win the championship.
Yeah, we're running like a nickel. I don't know. So yeah.
We interview a ton of high school students on this show. If there's somebody in the metro area that's listening to this right now, why should they choose Bellevue University for their school?
One, you can see all the infrastructure that we're increasing. We're adding a new field house. Our dorms, both set of our dorms and our apartments are less than 5 years old, been renovated or new. The great thing about Bellevue is too the cost. So we hear so much about the student debt that you have afterwards and stuff like that.
Out of state tuition.
Out of state, we're private, so there's no out of state tuition. It's $8,000 a year roughly to go. The tuition is very, very reasonable. We're very student centric, and it's also a smaller campus. I graduated from Bellevue, but the first college I went to was a smaller college too. And I just think it's great. I had a lot of friends that went to a big university, and like 30 people. You go to a small college, everyone.
That's
so,
right.
Yeah. You have 1,000 friends right away, as opposed to 30 or 40 people if you're at a larger university. So It's just a family. Bellevue's a great place. The teachers are wonderful. Like I said, the staff here is great. So everyone's here to help the students, and that's the biggest thing is the students.
Of all the Dean Smiths out there, that's the best one you can find. James Smith, the Dean of Students at Bellevue University. If you missed this segment tonight, check it out at soundcloud.com/afterhours1620. It was brought to you by Caddyshack Bar and Grill. Stop over at our Twitter page at afterhours1620. Retweet the gift of our wings. Follow us. Follow at Caddyshack Omaha. We're going to enter you in a drawing to win a $25 gift card out to Caddyshack Bar and Grill tonight. We'll be right back with Elena Smith, the Senior Director of Residential Students Initiatives here on 1620 The Zone at Bellevue University. Oh.
What's up, folks? In the past week, I've been to my neighborhood Pepper Jack's 3 times and gotten something different every time. But each time, the same results, ultimate satisfaction. I'm not going to bore you with the particulars, except that the signature steak Philly with double protein, all the grilled veggies, and my favorite addition, jalapeno with the fireball way to add the little something to the palate is always my number one choice. With hot, fresh fries and an ice-cold drink at any one of the 10 local Omaha Pepper Jack's locations, trust me, trust your taste buds. Get to your nearest Pepper Jack's today.
Your Omaha area forecast from Canoyer Garden Center and KETV News Watch 7 on 1620 The Zone.
Partly cloudy tonight, a 20% chance of rain late, low temperature near 60. Small chance of showers in the morning on Thursday, otherwise a mix of clouds and sunshine. High in the low 80s, increased rain chances into Friday. I'm Chief Meteorologist Bill Ranby from KETV News Watch 7.
If you want a college where you can stand out and fit in, talk to the team at Bellevue University. You'll find a welcoming and diverse community, dozens of career-ready academic programs, and all the support you need to succeed. Plus, help to make sure the path to your degree is affordable. Our beautiful modern campus located just south of Omaha gives you the advantage of being independent and close to home. Find out more at bellevue.edu and schedule a campus tour soon.
Fall is almost here, and that means only one thing. Football. Chesterman Coca-Cola and Hy-Vee are stocking up your tailgate this fall. 24 packs of Coke are just $10.99. Coke 10 packs of mini cans only $5.49. And Core Powers are 2 for $5. Hy-Vee and Coke, making your tailgate the premier cookout spot this fall.
Hoop It Up is back at Going Vertical. Kevin Garnett's Big Ticket Sports and Going Vertical Omaha are bringing the biggest 3-on-3 basketball competition in the world back to Omaha. The tournament is September 22nd and 23rd at Going Vertical Basketball Academy, just off I-80 on Sapp Brothers Drive. Youth, adult, and pro divisions are available. Sign up at hoopitup.com today.
If you're a home or business owner and need affordable and reliable electrical work done, look no further than Alpha Electrical Contractors. There's no job too big or too small for them. They can update your electrical system and enhance your current lighting situation. Brighten your living room or office space today. Call Alpha Electrical Contractors at 402-253-4789. That's 402-253-4789. Alpha Electrical Contractors, family owned and taking care of Nebraska.
It's wedding season, and if you need a suit for you, your groomsmen, maybe even your father-in-law, look no further than Jerry Ryan Clothing and Sportswear. Family owned and operated, Jerry Ryan Clothing and Sportswear has been making sure grooms all across the Midwest look great on the big day for the past 50 years. Suits, sports coats, jackets, you name it, they have it. Jerry Ryan Clothing and Sportswear, 7824 West Dodge Road in Omaha.
At Jerry Ryan's, we bring out the best in you.
It's fall, and that means cooler temperatures. Even if you just have a back porch, why not turn it into something finer? Let Forsman's Finest turn your dull backyard into the finest hangout spot. Just imagine Halloween parties, football Saturdays, birthday parties. Whatever event you're going to be hosting, have it be the finest event of the year. Head over to forsmansfinest.com today to get your backyard ready. Forsman's Finest Decks, building Omaha's finest hangout spots.
At Pepper Jack's Grill, we craft good food for hardworking people. We're talking high quality, one-of-a-kind grilled-to-order meals. Pepper Jack's Grill is a local Omaha brand that's been serving up Phillies, rice bowls, burritos, loaded fries, and nachos for over 20 years. With 12 metro area locations, there's one not far from you right now. Stop by any area Pepper Jack's Grill and treat yourself with a grilled-to-order meal. The grill is ready. Are you?
Take your business to the next level. Reach more customers and expand your online presence. Pixel Fire Marketing is here to help. Pixel Fire Marketing creates high-quality professional websites tailored to your business. Their experts are with you every step of the way to make sure your website is visually appealing, user-friendly, and optimized for search engines. They also offer web design, development, hosting, and maintenance. Get started on your website. Visit pixelfiremarketing.com. That's pixelfiremarketing.com now to learn more.
Hey, you're up next. My throat hurts so bad. There's no way I can sing tonight.
Here, try these.
Vicks VapoCool Drops.
Yeah, Vicks VapoCool Drops has maximum strength menthol with a rush of Vicks Vapors.
Ooh, I can already feel it.
I told you. So, you ready?
I'm ready.
Vaporize sore throat pain fast with Vicks VapoCool Drops.
You're listening to After Hours with Jimmy Allen on 1620 The Zone.
7:22 on a Wednesday night, live from Bellevue University. We're apparently talking to the most important person on campus, Elena Smith, the director of Presidential Student Initiatives. Easy for me to say. Joins us now here on 1620 The Zone. Hi, how are you? Long time no see.
How are you? Good to see you again. I'm digging the BU gear you got going on today.
We had to represent. The volleyball team is now down 2 sets. Hopefully they Coach Sedlick's team can make a comeback here. We'll keep you updated on that as the night rolls on, as well as we see some more familiar faces rolling through here. Last time we talked to you, you told us how important the community and care at Bellevue University is. What is new at Bellevue from a community standpoint, and how does the care for the students at Bellevue change from year to year in your opinion?
Right. Well, I would say we always have a lot going on here at Bellevue University. Whether it's a new initiative to help student support, or we're improving facilities or services on campus in order to meet the needs of our students.
Sure.
I think the care that we provide students is in everything we do. From the very beginning, when we are meeting our open access mission to provide opportunities to education, to being flexible inside the classroom and making sure that students have what they need to be successful, as well as even our financial policies and things to provide students everything that they need. So the relationships that we build here with our students on campus are very important to us. You can see that everywhere you go. Everybody kind of knows everybody by name and face. Nobody's a number here. And it's really important that we make students feel like they're in a supportive environment.
We've done 5 interviews tonight with 5 different people from Bellevue University. 4 of them have told us to ask Elena Smith.
All right.
Who's the biggest pain in the ass on campus?
Oh, gosh. I can't name names. I plead the fifth on that one.
Okay, we want to hold you to it.
Yeah.
But as far as being that go-to person, how important is that to you?
Well, it makes me feel good that people know that I'm a reliable resource. And it, of course, speaks to the work that we do with our residential students on campus. And so we really try to provide that holistic model of support, whether it be academics, it's financial, it's personal development and social development, or, their career development as well. Across the board here, I am happy to be engaged and involved in so many different things and really get to know our students and our staff that work with our students and our faculty, from top to bottom, from side to side, and from beginning to end when we see them cross the stage at graduation.
You spoke a second ago about different initiatives that your department comes up with to help adjustment to campus life and community life here in Bellevue. Are there any initiatives in particular that your department has come up with within the last year or two, or just any resources that you really promote to future students, looking to come to Bellevue for school?
Absolutely. Well, there's a number of things. We have a lot of campus improvements going on with our new food center and service in the student center, as well as all of our athletic improvements happening with the new field house.
Yep.
We've got some academic initiatives going on to help improve the student experience, both in the classroom as well as in the online platform. One of the biggest initiatives we have specific to recruiting high school students in the local area is our Bruin Advantage Scholarship. And the Bruin Advantage Scholarship is an automatic $5,000 a year scholarship for any incoming high school student direct from high school. So all the graduating seniors that come in that apply to Bellevue University to attend straight from high school can receive that $5,000 a year if they're on campus student. And that covers almost half of their tuition and fees annually.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the biggest initiatives that we've got going on, in addition to some other scholarship opportunities and other federal funding opportunities to provide as much financial support as we can, keep the debt down, so students can graduate with a degree that they know will provide them and meet their objectives and provide them all those opportunities when they're done, and not be bogged down by too much debt.
Elena Smith, the Senior Director of Residential Student Initiatives at Bellevue University, is joining us here on After Hours. We obviously talked to a ton of your athletes, a ton of your coaches. When you're working with athletes, what are some of the hurdles that they have to overcome or that you run into from your standpoint when you have somebody that's coming into Bellevue? Because we've talked to a golfer of yours from Australia. We've talked to some of your international soccer players. There's just so much of a international flavor within Bellevue's athletic standpoint, but you also have a bunch of kids from Bellevue West, Bellevue East. What are some of the hurdles that you guys run into from your department when working with athletes?
I would say for what we see, and I think a lot of people on campus see this, and this is across the board with any student really, is time management and being able to balance all the demands. Whether it's
you
a
mean
job,
18 to 22-year-olds aren't good at time management?
time management
That's weird.
is so important. And building time management skills, we help students develop that through our success classes that we put them in from the beginning, from all of our support services when it comes to their student coach or the tutoring and writing center. All of the resources on campus try to help encourage and support development of time management. All of our students have a lot going on. It could be practice, it could be a job, and the demands of college really can, weigh heavily competing with the other demands in their lives. And so for all of our students, that is one of the biggest things that can be a hurdle, and that's really important to overcome. But also here at Bellevue, we are very flexible and understanding.
Yeah.
And so we realize that those challenges come up. We realize people have other things going on and things happen. And our faculty and our support staff are always here to provide opportunities for students to continue to succeed and reach that goal.
You kind of went right over the writing and tutoring staff. They saved my life when I was a student here. Can you just talk about that service and also if anyone is interested in becoming a tutor or a writing coach, can you talk about how important that department is and just how and I just want to give them a shout out really.
Absolutely.
But yeah, please talk about how important they are.
Yeah, writing and tutoring services are those services that sometimes students are a little hesitant to ask for help.
Yeah.
Or to admit that they need help, or even realize when they need help. And so both in the academic advising or faculty, those are some of the main resources we refer students to.
Right.
Our tutoring center is a model of peer tutors. So it's all students that have been through the class before, that have been successful and know what our professors are looking for. And the peer model is really beneficial and helpful for students to hear from someone who has been in their position, in their seat, and they know exactly what's being asked of them and they know how to do it well. And so that peer model is really supportive and really helpful for students. And it's an approachable way to get help from somebody else who knows. And then our writing consultants are all professional writing consultants, and they provide services in a number of different ways. Sometimes it's a sit down face-to-face. Sometimes it's just an upload of a paper and some feedback. And they really help students develop the understanding and the skills to approach their assignments in a logical way and be able to interpret the directions and then create the outlines and tackle how to go about formulating that paper. And so those professional consultants are really helpful in taking the time that professors can't do in class to be able to instruct in some of those foundational skills.
Reading through some of the questions that I sent everybody tonight, apparently I could have used their proofreading skills tonight by some of my typos and errors. So I appreciate all their hard work as well.
Yeah.
Last time we talked to you, talked about the addition of apartment-style housing and how much that's changed on-campus living. Are you guys still seeing that affecting the way the students, I guess, lifestyle and how happy they've been still to this day? I mean, 4 or 5 years down the road since those have been adapted.
Yeah, I think students really enjoy the apartment style living versus kind of the cell block living.
The cot in the corner. Yeah.
Right, little, traditional dorms give you. And so we see students develop a little bit more independence and a little bit more of the life skills. We kind of talk a lot about learning how to be an adult, but kind of with training wheels, if you will, because we are around to give them some guidance and give them some support and help them when they need it, but they're living on their own. But they've got roommates and they're eating food service on campus. So it's a little bit of an in-between. It's a really nice transition into, from living at home into living on your own as an adult after college. And so the apartment style provides students with their own space. They get their own bedroom, so they can, decompress, they can relax, they can have their own time, which is really important. And it alleviates some of the common roommate conflicts occasionally of sharing a small space, which is nice and a lot of students enjoy. And most, students these days are used to having their own room and their own space. And so this really gives them that common experience in having roommates, but being able to retreat to their own bedrooms. And all of our apartments are very newly updated and they have really nice amenities. And so we really do have one of the nicest housing options in the area, which we're very proud of.
We've asked this question 5 times and we've gotten 5 different answers. I'd love to hear yours. If somebody's considering going to college in this area, why should they choose Bellevue University?
They should choose Bellevue University because they're going to matter here and they're going to mean something and people are going to know their name.
That's
and
the 6th different answer.
They're going to get that sense of care when they're here.
We really appreciate your time tonight. That's Elena Smith. She's the Senior Director of Residential Student Initiatives that I've messed up 3 times now since she's been here. But I appreciate you being here tonight. Thank you so much for your insight into Bellevue University.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
If you missed your segment tonight, check it out at soundcloud.com/afterhours1620. It was brought to you by Forsman's Finest Decks. Cooler temperatures are here. If you want your house to be the hangout spot this fall, but your house suffers from naked house syndrome, dress it up a little bit. Let the Finest Deck Builders in Omaha come build you a deck. Put a cover on it. Add that something that your house has been missing. Head over to forsmansfinest.com to have your dream deck built this fall. Forsman's Finest Decks, building the finest decks in Omaha. We're talking College of Business at Bellevue University. We come back. You're on 1620 The Zone.
I'm useless, but not for long. The future is coming.
Hey, everybody, it's Jimmy Allen here for the Strike Zone Omaha. Cooler temperatures are rising up outside. Doesn't mean the player in your life needs to put down the glove yet. Get inside of the Strike Zone. Sign up for their fall mini camps for as low as $30 a session. The player in your life is going to get individual attentions from the Strike Zone coaches and trainers, as well as, let's call it what it is, the cheapest discount on fall lessons you're going to get anywhere in the city. It's the Strike Zone. Train here, compete anywhere.
Were you affected by the hailstorms last year? Let the #1 roofer in Omaha come take care of your roof, your windows, your gutters, or your siding. They do it all at Pyramid Roofing. Let their local technicians come and put your mind at ease about that big fall or winter project. Call 402-502-9300 or check out pyramidroof.com to book a free estimate.
PyramidRoof.com, never settle for less.
Did you know that Bellevue University is investing nearly $32 million into its campus facilities in the next few years? Construction is underway on the brand new athletics field house, and there's already a multi-million-dollar science lab and sustainability greenhouse, a state-of-the-art cybersecurity lab, modern apartment-style student housing, and a contemporary math lab. Schedule a campus tour soon and see the Bellevue campus for yourself.
What's better than smoked meats?
Smoked meats and sweet treats. Get the 402 barbecue truck to come to your event or stop by 402 Barbecue's drive-thru at 84th and Spring today. Try Rob and Jimmy's favorite, it's the Cadillac. It's brisket and pork topped off with their world-famous smoked mac and cheese. Choose between one of their 6 handmade sauces to pair up with your favorite sandwich. Mention After Hours and the 402 Barbecue team will throw in a free soda with purchase.
Hoop It Up is back at Going Vertical. Kevin Garnett's Big Ticket Sports and Going Vertical Omaha are bringing the biggest 3-on-3 basketball competition in the world back to Omaha. The tournament is September 22nd and 23rd at Going Vertical Basketball Academy, just off I-80 on Sapp Brothers Drive. Youth, adult, and pro divisions are available. Sign up at hoopitup.com today.
If you're a home or business owner and need affordable and reliable electrical work done, look no further than Alpha Electrical Contractors. There's no job too big or too small for them. They can update your electrical system and enhance your current lighting situation. Brighten your living room or office space today. Call Alpha Electrical Contractors at 402-253-4789. That's 402-253-4789. Alpha Electrical Contractors, family owned and taking care of Nebraska.
At Pepper Jack's Grill, we craft good food for hardworking people. We're talking high quality, one-of-a-kind grilled-to-order meals. Pepper Jack's Grill is a local Omaha brand that's been serving up Phillies, rice bowls, burritos, loaded fries, and nachos for over 20 years. With 12 metro area locations, there's one not far from you right now. Stop by any area Pepper Jack's Grill and treat yourself with a grilled-to-order meal. The grill is ready. Are you?
Evaluate, train, and reevaluate. It's a plan the Strike Zone has put in place for over 25 years. All you need to become a great pitcher is the right information, the right training, and the right work ethic. The pitcher in your life will get 22 sessions from December through February working with Strike Zone Omaha's Total Pitching Boot Camp. For less than $25 per session, the player in your life will get the attention on the mound they deserve. Sign up for Strike Zone's Total Pitching Boot Camp at StrikeZoneOmaha.com.
Take your business to the next level. Reach more customers and expand your online presence. Pixel Fire Marketing is here to help. Pixel Fire Marketing creates high-quality professional websites tailored to your business. Their experts are with you every step of the way to make sure your website is visually appealing, user-friendly, and optimized for search engines. They also offer web design, development, hosting, and maintenance. Get started on your website. Visit pixelfiremarketing.com. That's pixelfiremarketing.com now to learn more.
Now back to After Hours with Jimmy Allen on 1620 The Zone.
$7:37 on a Wednesday night here on 1620 The Zone. Deshaun Pena, the finance teacher at Bellevue University, now joins us here. Thank you very much for your time. You're new at Bellevue. Just 3 months, correct?
Yes.
What has your time at Bellevue been like up until this point?
So far, so good. I actually like it here.
Yeah?
It's fun. Now I'm worried about the winter, though.
Yeah, okay, so you're new to the area as well as the university.
Yes.
Where were you at before this?
I was at Kentucky
Okay.
for 20 years.
It gets a little chilly down in Kentucky, though.
Yeah,
it's not necessarily Nebraska cold, but it gets a little chilly.
Well, I'm more worried about the wind part.
Okay, yeah, as you should be. It's as bad as it's advertised. What brought you to Nebraska? The job or
The job? Basically, the job. I came here for an interview.
Okay.
And I like the campus.
They got you to come in June, didn't they?
No, they had me coming. Actually, if you want to know, they had me coming in March.
Yeah,
And
okay.
unfortunately, that was the day when it has snow here.
Oh, no, okay. You got off the plane anyway?
Yeah, I did.
When we're talking about finance, it's something you've been doing for obviously a long time. You're at Kentucky for 20 years. What are some of the hurdles that students in the finance world are facing in 2023?
I think, all right, I'm going to make it two ways.
Sure.
One is that the finance in general, right? You got students especially focusing on student loans right
Sure.
now. I have my own student loan.
Yeah.
And so do countless of other students who face student loan. I like to tell to students one thing is that there is help available.
Sure.
All you have to do is to ask.
Right.
There are countless and countless of people who are willing to help you. It can be anybody. All right. Worst case scenario, come and ask me. I can even point you to the right direction. I may not help you, but I can put you to the right direction.
Right.
It's obviously a little bit different here at Bellevue because Bellevue is one of the more affordable schools in the entire country. But when a student comes to you to talk to you about student loan debt, does it feel kind of weird considering you're part of the reason that they're in that situation in the first place?
In a way, yes and no.
Okay.
It's the idea that, hey, look, you are trying to make a better life for yourself. You come to college to make a better life for yourself.
Right.
And, as an immigrant, I can tell you one thing, that the reason many immigrants come to this country is the hope and the opportunity. And I can tell you this right now, America is the best place.
Where are you originally from?
I'm from India.
Okay.
And my family moved here about 20 years ago. And then, America is the best place to get your dreams fulfilled. You can get anything you want to do. And you can make money any way you want to, right? The thing about going to college is to get that life better. Like, you don't have to stand all day long. If you don't want to talk to a lot of people, if you have a good degree, you can fall back on that. So the idea is that college is about to make your life better.
We're two idiots that talk to people on the radio every night. We totally agree with you.
What you spoke about the challenges that students face trying to learn financing. What is the view of Western capitalism, say abroad, like say in Europe? Are the models starting to creep into their societies and their economic systems as well? And are you needing to change the curriculum here in America to kind of adjust for a global scale economy like that?
I think the answer is 50-50.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why the answer is 50-50 is what you point out at your second step, which is a global economy.
Yeah.
Right now, we're in a situation where, you have your iPhone with you. Do you know that your iPhone contains parts from 90 different countries?
Wow.
I did not know that.
Yeah. I know it says made in China, but I promise it doesn't come from China.
Right.
It comes from 90 different countries. So that's where...
Thanks, Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
And see, that's where you have to learn about everything, right?
Yeah.
Now, the thing about the first part you said about the Western philosophy, the difference between, what you call the Eastern philosophy versus the Western, or as somebody in the old world might tell you, communism and capitalism,
Yeah, right.
is the idea that do you do everything yourself or do you let someone in charge help you out?
Right.
That's, I think, the biggest difference that
Okay.
people don't realize it.
Gotcha.
That in the West, in the Eastern philosophy, you always have this idea that, hey, something happens to you, there should be government to help you out. You have an earthquake.
Yeah.
You have a flooding, right? We have
It
this
snows
Libya
in
now.
Nebraska.
And it snows in Nebraska here. Is that the idea is that you have government helping you out.
Right.
The Western philosophy is that, no, we do it ourselves.
Right.
Right. Now, this is where it comes in that we have to change as well, right? There's something that we can't do. For example, if it snows in Nebraska, you can't clean the road, right?
Right.
The government has to come in and do that part.
Right.
You can clean your driveway, you can clean your car, but the road itself where you have to go to work has to be done by the government. But it's also the other way around, right? You have to do some things yourself, as I mentioned. Clean your own car, clean your own driveway.
Get a shovel.
Yeah, get a shovel.
Hey, obviously in the finance world, more recently, one of the biggest things has been cryptocurrency. How often do you get questions about that?
I hear this question every time I teach a class.
Wow.
And I will tell you something. And I know some people might hate me for this, but I got to be honest.
Bitcoin's about to go in the tank.
I have been learning finance for the last 20 years in America.
Okay.
I've been teaching finance for the last 10 years. I have a doctorate degree in finance. So I consider myself pretty smart in finance.
You might know a thing or two.
a few things. Yeah.
And I honestly cannot tell you anything about cryptocurrency.
Wow. That's my
You're
favorite
there,
answer I
folks.
could have hoped
This
for.
is, you have to understand is that it is a new thing.
Yeah.
And if you want to invest, which is what the most question I get, that I want to invest in cryptocurrency, I will tell you this. If you want to invest in cryptocurrency, do so but it's similar to going to a casino.
Yeah.
You go with the mentality that you're going to lose everything you have. So if you want to invest in cryptocurrency, be my guest.
Yeah.
I would say don't put everything in it. Just put 10% and
see what happens.
Hopefully get at least that money back.
Sure.
Forget about making money. I just don't want you to lose.
Break even.
Right.
Just break even.
Is there anything we haven't asked you you'd like to add to the segment? You've solved the world's problems. You're fixing cryptocurrency. What else can we do for you?
Hey, college, I always tell this to students, is that college is always about making a better life. But college is hard. It's not hard because the subject is hard or the material is hard. It's hard because people make it so hard. Is that we have this mentality that college is a new phase of life. Please, just like your high school was harder than middle school, and just like your middle school was harder than your elementary school, your college is going to be a little bit more than what your high school was. And we are here to help. All you have to do is to ask. We are human beings. We are compassionate. We are happy to help you. But you have to let us know. We are not God. We are not angels. We cannot tell you what goes inside your head, what goes in your life. You have to tell us, and we are more than happy to help you out. There's nothing to be afraid about.
That's Dr. Dishant Pindia down here at Bellevue University as a finance teacher. We talk to several high school students every night, so if you're thinking about getting into finance, want to check it out down at Bellevue University. That'll be one of your many teachers down here. If you missed this segment tonight, check it out at soundcloud.com/afterhours1620 is brought to you by Going Vertical Omaha. 3-on-3 basketball is the fastest growing sport in the world, and the best tournament in America is coming back to Omaha this Saturday. It's Hoop It Up. Sign up a team for pro, intermediate, even youth teams could be signed up for the tournament this weekend. Hoop It Up, brought to you by Big Ticket Sports and Going Vertical Omaha. Coming back to Omaha this weekend. Register your team at hoopitup.com tonight. We're winning you some money. We come back at 1620 The Zone. Hey, everybody, it's Jimmy Allen here for Jerry Ryan Clothing and Sportswear, centrally located on 78th and Dodge. They're the premier suit buying experience in the Midwest. Did you know that Jerry Ryan's also the exclusive retailer for brands like Mizzen and Maine and Johnny O? Stop by Jerry Ryan Clothing and Sportswear, centrally located on 78th and Dodge. Get your suit game right. Make sure your closet looks good for game day this year as well. Jerry Ryan Clothing and Sportswear, dressing Omaha for over 50 years.
Were you affected by the hailstorms last year? Let the #1 roofer in Omaha come take care of your roof, your windows, your gutters, or your siding. They do it all at Pyramid Roofing. Let their local technicians come and put your mind at ease about that big fall or winter project. Call 402-502-9300 or check out pyramidroof.com to book a free estimate.
PyramidRoof.com, never settle for less.
If you're ready to pursue your next goal, talk to the team at Bellevue University. Since 1966, we've been making education accessible to students locally and nationally. We know we can help you too. You can choose from more than 80 career-focused degrees plus certificate programs that are flexible, affordable, and available both on campus and online on your schedule. Whatever path you choose, our team will be there to support you and help you achieve your goal. Find out more at bellevue.edu.
Hoop It Up is back at Going Vertical. Kevin Garnett's Big Ticket Sports and Going Vertical Omaha are bringing the biggest 3-on-3 basketball competition in the world back to Omaha. The tournament is September 22nd and 23rd at Going Vertical Basketball Academy, just off I-80 on Sapp Brothers Drive. Youth, adult, and pro divisions are available. Sign up at hoopitup.com today.
If you're a home or business owner and need affordable and reliable electrical work done, look no further than Alpha Electrical Contractors. There's no job too big or too small for them. They can update your electrical system and enhance your current lighting situation. Brighten your living room or office space today. Call Alpha Electrical Contractors at 402-253-4789. That's 402-253-4789. Alpha Electrical Contractors, family owned and taking care of Nebraska.
Jerry Ryan Clothing and Sportswear is the premier suit buying experience in the Metro. Stop by the store at 78th and Dodge for all your wedding and business attire needs. We've been making sure Omaha is looking sharp for the past 50 years, and we can do it for you. From Mizzen and Maine to Johnny O, if you're trying to look your best, Jerry Ryan has you covered. Jerry Ryan Clothing and Sportswear, 7824 West Dodge Road in Omaha.
At Jerry Ryan's, we bring out the best in you.
It's fall, and that means cooler temperatures. Even if you just have a back porch, why not turn it into something finer? Let Forsman's Finest turn your dull backyard into the finest hangout spot. Just imagine Halloween parties, football Saturdays, birthday parties. Whatever event you're going to be hosting, have it be the finest event of the year. Head over to forsmansfinest.com today to get your backyard ready. Forsman's Finest Decks, building Omaha's finest hangout spots.
Baseball season is never over at the Strike Zone. Strike Zone Omaha's Ballistics Hitting Boot Camp has worked for Division I college athletes and even big leaguers. Their formula for overload versus unload training has worked for players of all levels, and it can work for the player in your life to make them more explosive at the plate. Help them find the power they never knew they had. Get 30 sessions from November through February for less than $15 a session, and you could be swinging for the fences. Sign up at StrikeZoneOmaha.com.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to hims.com/radio. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at up to 95% off. That's right. Get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but for 95% less. It's the same medication, still prescribed by a licensed medical provider, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit. HIMS.com/RADIO.
Now back to After Hours with Jimmy Allen on 1620 The Zone.
We have forgot to teach Peter Krenzel the ins and outs of this show and how important the last song of the night is. Peter, you've been demoted, man. You're not welcome back. Dang. Go ahead and just get out of the studio now. Just kidding, buddy. It is closing time.
Please don't leave the studio, Peter. I need you in the studio.
It's closing time here on 1620 The Zone. We're wrapping up the show. It's the last show of the week, so we're going to give you some super dogs, and super producer extraordinaire Dan Campen is going to lead us off tonight. What do you got for us, Dan?
This weekend, we're going to do a little backtracking. The Jets, plus 126. Notre Dame against Ohio State, plus 136. And for your super duper dog of the week, the Colorado Buffaloes at plus 740 against Oregon.
Ralphie and the boys.
The
Don't let Deion get hot.
College football world will melt if they go out there and they do it again.
In the words of Deion Sanders, you don't want that little engine that said that it could to say, I can. And you don't want that little engine to say, I did.
Peter Krenzel, we've given you a little bit of time. Do you have your 3 picks lined up?
Yes.
Fire away, sir.
I'm going to go UCLA plus 160 at Utah. I feel like they'll pull an upset on the road. I got Vikings at home against the Chargers. Someone's going 0-3. I'm going to go Vikings plus.
I like that pick.
They're at plus 1.5 right now. And then Pittsburgh going on the road to Vegas plus 2.5. I will take that.
Rob Love?
I got the Washington Commanders at home, plus 6.5 points.
Who they got?
They have the Buffalo Bills.
I like that as
Bills
well.
Mafia. I also have the Bijan Robinson-led Atlanta Falcons on the road to take on the Motor City Kitties in Detroit. They are a plus 3. So that's going to be a close one. And going over to the college world, Cincinnati Bearcats at home against the OU Sooners. They're 14.5-point underdogs.
I'll take Oklahoma minus 28.5 in that game. Georgia State plus 3.5 at Coastal Carolina. Give me Clay Helton and the boys to win that one outright. Auburn plus 7.5 against Texas A&M. Not so fast, my friend. The Tigers are going to get it done in that game. I'm with Peter Krenzel. Give me the Vikings at home as an underdog against an 0-2 Chargers team that's looked all sorts of out of whack.
Yes,
I'll take the Vikings to win outright this weekend as well. If you missed any of the show tonight, want to learn more about Bellevue University, head over to soundcloud.com/afterhours1620. It was brought to you by Pyramid Roofing. Let's get a little drafty in your house. Do you have bad windows that can't hold up through the winter? Don't wait another year. Have the number one roofer in Omaha 12 consecutive years. Come take care of your roof, your windows, your gutters, your siding. They do it all at Pyramid. Give them a call tonight at 402-502-9300. Check out pyramidroof.com to book a free estimate today. For Amina Hall, Peter Krenzer, Dan Campen, and Rob Love, I've been Jimmy Allen. Happy National Fried Rice Day, everybody.